Welcome to a gentle journey through the world of physics. Tonight, you do not need to memorize anything. You do not need to take notes. You do not need to stay awake. Simply, let these soft, quiet facts wash over you like a calm and peaceful tide. Physics is the language the universe uses to explain itself. And tonight, it will whisper those explanations very, very quietly to you. Wherever you are safe. You are warm. You are allowed to drift. Let us begin with 100 soothing facts about physics. Section 1. Measurement and matter. Fact number 1. Every measurement in physics begins with a single number and a single unit. That number tells you how much, and the unit tells you what. Fact number 2. The 6 base units of the SI system are the kilogram, the meter, the second, the ampere, the Kelvin, and the mole. Everything else, every other unit, is built quietly from these 6. Fact number 3. A nanometer is 1/1000th of a meter. That is about the width of a single atom. The universe keeps its smallest treasures in very, very tiny boxes. Fact number 4. A scalar quantity has only a size. A vector quantity has a size and a direction. Speed is a scalar, but velocity is a vector. The same journey can feel very different depending on where you are going. Fact number 5. You can add 2 vectors by drawing them tip to tail on a piece of paper. The line that closes the triangle is the resultant. It is a quiet kind of geometry that governs how forces combine. Fact number 6. Everything in the universe is made of matter, and matter is made of tiny particles called atoms. Even the air you are breathing right now is made of atoms drifting gently into your lungs. Fact number 7. In a solid, the particles are packed closely together, vibrating softly in fixed positions. They do not move, they only tremble very quietly in place. Fact number 8. In a liquid, the particles are close, but they are free to slide past one another. They flow, they wander gently, finding their way to the lowest place. Fact number 9. In a gas, the particles move quickly and freely in all directions. They fill every corner of whatever container holds them, like thoughts drifting through a quiet mind at night. Fact number 10. Brownian motion is the name we give to the random, jittery movement of tiny particles in a liquid or a gas. It is caused by the invisible, constant collisions of molecules bumping into one another. Fact number 11. When you warm something up, its particles move a little faster. The temperature is simply a measure of how fast the particles are moving on average. Fact number 12. Density is how much mass is packed into a given space. A feather and a brick can be the same size, but the brick is much, much denser. Section 2. Motion and forces. Fact number 13. Speed is the distance you travel divided by the time it takes. It tells you how fast you are moving, but nothing more. Fact number 14. Velocity is speed with a direction attached. Walking north at 5 kilometers an hour is a different velocity than walking south at the same speed. Fact number 15. Acceleration is how quickly your velocity is changing. If you are speeding up or slowing down or turning, you are accelerating. Fact number 16. If you drop something near the surface of the earth, it will fall with an acceleration of about 10 meters per second. That is the gentle, steady pull of gravity. Fact number 17. On a displacement time graph, a straight line means you are moving at a constant speed. A flat line means you are completely still. Fact number 18. On a velocity time graph, the area underneath the line tells you how far you have traveled. It is a quiet and beautiful piece of mathematics hiding beneath a simple shape. Fact number 19. There are two kinds of force: contact forces and non-contact forces. Friction and tension are contact forces. Gravity and magnetism are non-contact forces that act across empty space. Fact number 20. Mass is the amount of matter inside an object. It does not change whether you are on Earth or on the moon or floating in deep space. Fact number 21. Weight is the force that gravity pulls on your mass. On the moon, you would weigh about 1/6 of what you weigh here on Earth, but your mass would stay exactly the same. Fact number 22. Newton's first idea is beautifully simple. An object will stay still or keep moving in a straight line unless a force acts upon it. Fact number 23. Newton's second idea says force equals mass times acceleration. A bigger force makes something accelerate more quickly. A heavier object needs a bigger force to move at all. Fact number 24. Newton's third idea says every force has an equal and opposite reaction. When you push against a wall, the wall pushes back just as hard against you. Fact number 25. Inertia is the tendency of an object to resist any change in its motion. It is why you lurch forward in a car when the brakes are suddenly applied. Fact number 26. Friction is a force that opposes the motion of one surface sliding over another. It is quiet and invisible, but it is always there. Fact number 27. When an object falls through air or through water, the air or the water pushes back with a force called drag. As the object speeds up, the drag grows until it equals the weight. At that point, the object stops accelerating and falls at a steady speed. That steady speed is called terminal velocity. Fact number 28. A moment is the turning effect of a force around a pivot. It is calculated by multiplying the force by the perpendicular distance from the pivot. Fact number 29. The principle of moments says for an object to be in balance, the total clockwise moments must equal the total anti-clockwise moments. Like a seesaw, perfectly balanced. Fact number 30. Every object has a center of gravity. It is the single point where, if you balance the object perfectly, it would not tip in any direction. Low and wide objects are more stable than tall, narrow ones. Section 3. Pressure and energy. Fact number 31. Pressure is the force spread over a given area. A sharp pin creates enormous pressure with a tiny force because its area is so small. Fact number 32. Pressure is measured in pascals. 1 Pascal is 1 Newton of force spread across 1 square meter. Fact number 33. The deeper you go beneath the surface of a liquid, the greater the pressure becomes. It increases with depth, with density, and with the strength of gravity. Fact number 34. A hydraulic press uses Pascal's principle to multiply force. Pushing gently on a small piston creates a very large force on a much bigger piston. It is how cars are lifted so quietly off the ground. Fact number 35. Atmospheric pressure, the pressure of the air all around you right now, is caused by the weight of the air above you. It is always pressing gently on every surface it touches. Fact number 36. Energy can never be created and it can never be destroyed. It can only be transferred from one place to another. This is one of the most important laws in all of physics. Fact number 37. Kinetic energy is the energy of something that is moving. The faster it moves, the more kinetic energy it has, and it grows with the square of the speed. Fact number 38. Gravitational potential energy is the energy an object has because of its height. The higher you lift something, the more gravitational potential energy it stores quietly inside itself. Fact number 39. When you drop a ball from a height, its gravitational potential energy slowly, gently transforms into kinetic energy as it falls. Energy is simply changing its form. Fact number 40. Work is done when a force moves an object in the direction of the force. It is measured in joules, and it is a very quiet, very patient kind of energy being transferred. Fact number 41. Power is how quickly energy is being transferred. A 100-watt light bulb transfers 100 joules of energy every single second. Fact number 42. Efficiency tells you how much of the energy you put in actually becomes useful energy at the end. No machine is ever perfectly efficient. Some energy is always lost quietly as heat. Section 4. Heat and warmth. Fact number 43. Heat always flows from something warmer to something cooler. It flows until both things reach the same temperature. That is called thermal equilibrium. Fact number 44. Conduction is how heat travels through solids. The particles vibrate and pass their energy to the particles next to them one by one, like a whisper passed along a line. Fact number 45. Convection is how heat travels through liquids and gases. Warm fluid rises, cool fluid sinks, and a gentle circular current is created. The wind and the ocean move in exactly this way. Fact number 46. Radiation is the only way heat can travel through a vacuum. It does not need any particles at all. It travels as invisible electromagnetic waves crossing the emptiness of space silently and swiftly. Fact number 47. Dark, rough surfaces absorb and emit radiation more easily than light, shiny, smooth ones. A black object in the sun will warm up much faster than a white one. Fact number 48. Internal energy is the total energy stored inside an object. It includes the energy of all the particles moving and vibrating and interacting with one another. Fact number 49. Specific heat capacity tells you how much energy is needed to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of a substance by 1 degree. Water has a very high specific heat capacity. It takes a lot of energy to warm water up. Fact number 50. When ice melts, it absorbs energy, but its temperature does not change at all. The energy is being used to break the bonds between the particles, not to make them move any faster. Fact number 51. Boiling and evaporation are both ways that a liquid turns into a gas. But boiling happens throughout the entire liquid, while evaporation happens only at the surface very, very quietly. Fact number 52. Latent heat is the energy absorbed or released when a substance changes its state without any change in temperature. It is hidden energy stored in the bonds between particles. Fact number 53. If you plot the temperature of something as it cools, you will see flat, horizontal sections where it is changing state and sloping sections where it is simply cooling down. It is a gentle, quiet story told by a graph. Fact number 54. The reason a breeze from the sea feels cooler at night is because land cools down much faster than water. The air above the land becomes cooler and denser and slides gently towards the warmer sea. Fact number 55. A thermos flask uses almost all of the tricks of heat transfer to keep your drink warm or cold. Vacuum to stop conduction and convection. Shiny surfaces to reflect radiation back and keep the energy trapped inside. Section 5. Waves. Fact number 56. A wave is a disturbance that carries energy from one place to another without carrying any matter with it. The water in a ripple does not travel across the pond. Only the energy does. Fact number 57. Wavelength is the distance between one wave and the next. Frequency is how many waves pass a given point every second. Amplitude is how tall the wave is from its resting position. Fact number 58. The speed of a wave equals its frequency multiplied by its wavelength. It is a simple and elegant equation that connects three quiet properties of every wave in the universe. Fact number 59. A transverse wave moves up and down while traveling sideways. Light is a transverse wave. A longitudinal wave moves back and forth in the same direction it is traveling. Sound is a longitudinal wave. Fact number 60. Sound is produced by vibrations. When something vibrates, it pushes and pulls the air around it, creating compressions and rarefactions that travel outward in all directions, like ripples on a still and quiet pond. Fact number 61. The loudness of a sound depends on its amplitude. The pitch depends on its frequency. A deep, low rumble has a low frequency. A high, the bright tone has a high frequency. Fact number 62. An echo is a reflection of sound. Sound bounces off a hard surface and returns to your ear. If the surface is far enough away, you will hear the echo as a separate, distinct sound. Fact number 63. Ultrasound is sound that is too high in frequency for human ears to hear. Doctors use it to look inside the body without any surgery at all. Sonar uses it to measure the depth of the ocean beneath a ship. Fact number 64. Sound cannot travel through a vacuum. It needs particles to carry it. In the emptiness of outer space, there is complete, total silence. Fact number 65. The electromagnetic spectrum is a family of waves, radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. They are all the same kind of wave, just at different frequencies. And they all travel at the same incredible speed in a vacuum. Fact number 66. Visible light is only a tiny, tiny fraction of the electromagnetic spectrum. Most of it is invisible to human eyes. The universe is full of waves we cannot see. Section 6. Light. Fact number 67. When light hits a mirror, it bounces back, and the angle at which it arrives is exactly equal to the angle at which it leaves. The angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection. Always. Fact number 68. When light passes from one material into another, it can bend. This is called refraction. Light bends towards the normal when it enters a denser material, and away when it enters a less dense one. Fact number 69. The refractive index of a material tells you how much light slows down when it passes through that material. Glass has a refractive index of about 1.5. Water has 1A of about 1.33. Fact number 70. Total internal reflection happens when light tries to pass from a denser material into a less dense one at too steep an angle. Instead of bending out, it bounces back completely. Optical fibers, this to carry a light and information around sharp bends without any loss at all. Fact number 71. A converging lens is thicker in the middle than at the edges. It bends parallel rays of light inward until they meet at a single point called the focal point. Fact number 72. A real image can be caught on a screen. A virtual image cannot. A magnifying glass creates a virtual image that appears larger and closer than the object actually is. Fact number 73. The way a camera works, the way a projector works, the way your own eyeball works, all of these depend on the quiet bending of light through lenses and surfaces. Light is incredibly versatile. Section 7. Electricity. Fact number 74. Static electricity is caused by the transfer of electrons from one object to another. When you rub a balloon on your hair, electrons move from your hair onto the balloon. That is static electricity. Fact number 75. Like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract. Two negative charges push each other away. A positive and a negative pull gently towards one another. Fact number 76. An electric field is an invisible region around a charged object where another charge would feel a force. You cannot see it, but it is always there. Fact number 77. An electrostatic precipitator uses static electricity to pull tiny, dirty particles out of smoke before it leaves a chimney. Is a quiet, invisible way of keeping the air clean. Fact number 78. Electric current is the flow of electric charge. It is measured in amperes, and conventional current flows in the opposite direction to the electrons. It is a convention chosen long ago, before anyone knew about electrons at all. Fact number 79. Electromotive force, or EMF, is the energy given to each unit of charge by a battery or a generator. It is measured in volts. Fact number 80. Resistance is how much a component opposes the flow of current through it. It is measured in ohms. Thick, short wires have low resistance. Thin, long wires have high resistance. Fact number 81. When the temperature of a metal increases, its resistance increases too. The particles vibrate more and make it harder for electrons to flow through smoothly. Fact number 82. In a series circuit, the current is the same everywhere. In a parallel circuit, the current splits into branches, and the voltage across each branch is the same. Fact number 83. A thermistor is a resistor whose resistance decreases as the temperature rises. A light-dependent resistor has a resistance that decreases when light falls upon it. Both are used as sensors in electronic circuits. Fact number 84. The power used by an electrical device is calculated by multiplying the voltage by the current. A kettle that uses 3,000 watts is transferring 3,000 joules of energy every single second. Fact number 85. A fuse is a thin wire that melts if too much current flows through it. It protects the circuit and everything connected to it. It is a small, quiet guardian made of metal. Fact number 86. The earth wire in a plug is a safety wire. If the metal casing of an appliance becomes live, the earth wire carries the current safely away to the ground, and the fuse blows before anything dangerous can happen. Fact number 87. A magnet has two poles, a north and a south. North poles attract south poles, and like poles, repel one another. The earth itself is a giant gentle magnet. Section 8. Electromagnetism and induction. Fact number 88. When electric current flows through a wire, it creates a magnetic field all around it. The wire becomes an electromagnet, and when the current is turned off, the magnetic field disappears just as quietly as it came. Fact number 89. A solenoid is a coil of wire. When current flows through it, it creates a magnetic field very, very similar to the field of a bar magnet. The strength of the field increases with more turns and more current. Fact number 90. Fleming's left-hand rule tells you the direction of the force on a current-carrying wire inside a magnetic field. Your first finger points in the direction of the field. Your second finger in the direction of the current. And your thumb points in the direction of the force. Fact number 91. A motor works because a current-carrying coil inside a magnetic field experiences a force that makes it spin. It converts electrical energy into kinetic energy very, very efficiently. Fact number 92. A split-ring commutator is a small device inside a motor that reverses the direction of the current every half turn. Without it, the coil would simply rock back and forth instead of spinning round and round continuously. Fact number 93. Electromagnetic induction is the discovery that a changing magnetic field can create an electric current. Michael Faraday discovered this in 1831. It is one of the most important discoveries in the history of science. Fact number 94. A generator works by spinning a coil inside a magnetic field. As it spins, the magnetic flux through the coil changes and an electromotive force is induced. It converts mechanical energy into electrical energy, is the opposite of a motor. Fact number 95. A transformer can increase or decrease the voltage of an alternating current. It has no moving parts at all. It works entirely through electromagnetic induction between two coils of wire wound around the same iron core. Section 9. Radioactivity. Fact number 96. Every atom has a nucleus in the very, very center, made of protons and neutrons, surrounded by a cloud of electrons orbiting silently at incredible speed. Fact number 97. Radioactive decay is a random and spontaneous process. An unstable nucleus releases energy by emitting radiation. No one can predict exactly when a single atom will decay. It is one of the few truly random processes in nature. Fact number 98. There are 3 kinds of radioactive emission. Alpha particles, which are helium nuclei and are stopped by a sheet of paper. Beta particles, which are fast-moving electrons and are stopped by a few millimeters of aluminium. And gamma rays, which are powerful electromagnetic radiation and require thick lead to stop them. Fact number 99. The half-life of a radioactive substance is the time it takes for half of the radioactive atoms to decay. Some substances have half-lives of seconds. Others have half-lives of millions of years. Is a quiet, patient countdown that never stops. Fact number 100. Nuclear fusion is when 2 small nuclei join together to form a larger one and release enormous energy. It is the process that powers the sun and every single star in the sky above you right now. The same gentle light that kept you warm today was born in a reaction so powerful and so ancient that it defies imagination. And those are 100 soothing facts about physics. From the tiniest atom to the stars that burn across the sky, physics is the quiet, patient language the universe uses to explain itself. You have listened beautifully. Now, let go of the words. Let go of the numbers. Let go of everything except this moment and this peaceful, quiet rest. Sleep deeply. Sleep well. Good night.